Hey everyone, I just want to say thank you so much from the bottom of the elders' hearts. We are so thankful that you were willing to open up your home and to host a group, facilitate a group, lead a group. But thank you. We know that the idea that God transforms people individually, and as a result of that, our whole church is going to be transformed at the end of these 7 weeks. And we are anticipating, we are praying for, and have been praying that God is going to do huge things and have a huge impact on people's lives through this series. So thank you so much for praying weekly, for praying for the people that are showing up at your house, people that you might not even know. Thank you. Thank you for calling them and inviting them, giving them directions. We know there's a lot of little things that you're going to have to do and that you are doing, but thank you so much for doing this. And also the prep time to prepare for this meeting each week. Thank you for doing that. In fact, that's what brings me here to you right now, is not all of you were able to make the leaders training. And so I wanted to walk you through a couple of things and make sure that you're aware of. First off, on your DVD for Transformed, you'll notice that on the very first disc, disc 1, right in the middle, there's a section for helps for hosts. Would you just walk through that? When you click on that, up will come each session. So before session 1, will you watch the helps for hosts? This just gives you an idea of what to expect, where they're going. It gives you a better way to prepare. So if you could do that, they're short. They're like 3 to 5 minutes, and it will just prepare you for that. Become familiar with the DVD and make sure that that it's going to turn on. The TV turns on. You want to have it all set up so that you don't have any interference the night when your group meets, as well as becoming familiar with the DVD. Make sure that you are familiar with your book. You need to know this book. You need to know that this is an all-in-one book. It's the Leader's Guide, it's the Daily Devotions, it's the Participant's Guide and the fill-in-the-blanks. It has all the memory verses in it. It has all kinds of tips in the back about leading and hosting a group in your home. So please take the time to become familiar with this so that you can help other people in your group to know this book. Also, we are asking each host home or whoever is facilitating the group, will you please take a look at page number 216 in here. A lot of great ideas about hosting a home on page number 216, page 216, and just small little ideas that walk you through things from making sure that you create a safe and a predictable environment, making sure that people feel safe to share what's going on in their life, and that it's just not surfacey things. For example, you as a leader or as a facilitator of your group, you're going to have to be the first one to open up. That's the responsibility. Your group will not go any further than you as a leader are willing to go. So if you want hope is that people are going to experience transformation through community. And the only way community happens is if they know that it's safe to share here. It's not going to get shared outside of this group right here in any form. No one's going to be talking about it. And also that there's a judgment-free zone, that no one is going to make some kind of judgment and come back on somebody about how unspiritual they are. That should not be our attitudes. So it's to create a safe place for people to open up, share where they really are, and then we wrestle together because you have no idea what's going on in that person's life and what it means for them to walk and live life the way that they are living life. So please make sure that you create that kind of environment for your group. So you're becoming familiar with your book. You're creating this safe, predictable environment, and then as well, there's something else that we've added every one of our groups should have received one of these little business cards, a pile of these business cards. What these business cards are for is to kind of think of like pay it forward. And the idea is that you as a group brainstorm different ways that you can serve other people, ways that you could just go out of your way to help somebody else. And when it's appropriate, maybe they would want to leave this with them. And all it has is, it's because God is changing me, ... And then our church website at the bottom of that. The idea here is that somebody may say, you know, why did you help me unload my groceries and put them into my car? Well, because God's changing me. And we know that when we can get our eyes focused off of us and onto other people, that's a great catalyst for a way that God brings about transformation. So, will you please encourage your group each week? What a great opener. What a great way to open your group is, hey, does somebody have a story of how they were able to reach out and think about somebody else and share with them, and when appropriate, to leave them with this little card, because it may just catch them off guard. And for example, let's say you're going through the Dunkin' Donuts drive-thru, and you wanted to pay for the guy's coffee behind you. Well, you're not going to have any contact with that person whatsoever. But what you could do is leave this with the clerk at the drive-thru and say, hey, I'm buying that person's coffee behind me. Could you leave him this card? And so they would, the clerk then would say, hey, your coffee's paid for, and by the way, they told me to give this to you. Now so that may spark some questions, like why would they do this? And maybe they'll go to our church website, and who knows what God could do in their life. So using these business cards like that and starting your group off each week. If you run out, we have plenty of them around here. So we're hoping that that people will really see life transformation just in this simple way. And then there's one other thing that I wanted to cover with you real fast. People are going to ask about how much does the book cost. Tell them to hold on to that thought. You as a host home, as group leaders, you're not collecting any money for any books. What we're going to do is on Palm Sunday, we're going to have a special offering for this whole series and the costs that were involved in this whole series. So we ask people to start praying now how they could help us to continue to transform lives by giving money, by giving a sacrificial offering that will help offset the cost of this whole series, which, by the way, each one of these books were like $15. But and so there's a great expense involved in this, plus the DVDs and everything else that we're receiving. But the whole idea is that people would give some kind of a sacrificial offering back at the very end, so that we can use that money to go transform some other people's lives. So we would pay for the cost of this campaign, and then use it to be able to impact our city or individual families who are in need of help in some way like this. But we want to be about transforming other people's lives. Hey, I think that's it. I know I took a lot of your time this week. I'm hoping each week to be able to get something to you, be watching your emails, and we're praying. Please keep praying. Please keep praying that God really will bring about life transformation to you, and that He'll bring about life transformation in the people in your group. Thank you so much.